flexion or hyperextension?
Yes, no, that's wrong.
Flexion?
You are thinking about the, not an injury, but the blood supply thing to the spinal cord. So get off that, it's not that one.
Okay.
Posterior cord lesion. It's an incomplete lesion, but what happens with a posterior cord lesion?
Upper extremities are affected, but not the lower extremities?
No, that's a sacral sparing. I'm glad you remember all that stuff, but.
Yeah.
I told you about the patient that I treated. He was a knife wound patient. It was in New Mexico where we had lots of knife wound things. But there's so many gangs there.
That was a long time ago when I heard that.
Was that the girl?
No, but no, I treated her, and that was a gang thing too.
Isn't it the one like if it affects the motor, it's on the same side?
That is the Brown cord syndrome.
Yeah, just keep going, y'all.
Yeah.
They'll get it eventually.
So it's not the one where you don't have, feeling his arms, but he does his legs? Is that it? Or no?
Now what? Where you have sensation on you're missing sensation on the good motor side, but you're missing motor on the opposite side. That's a Brown cord.
But the upper extremities you don't have?
Oh, where you have, that's a sacral sparing.
Oh, okay, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Can I look at my notes real quick?
Okay, I treated this guy that was stabbed in the back, and it went right through the back part of his spinal cord injury. And he had to use an assisted device because he was all over the place, because he had no proprioception. His motor was fine. So it went. So remember, this is the gracilis mediatus, and so it cut all the way across here. So he lost proprioception, he lost light touch, and he lost vibration. But the main thing that it affected was his proprioception, and he was only about 22 years old. So he walked out on a walker. We couldn't even get him put in on canes. He was just kind of all over the place.
So do we get those points?
You do not, but those were all good guesses. We actually came here from New Mexico because my kids were born in Roswell. I lived in Roswell and worked at a rehab center there. And I loved it. It was a 25-bed inpatient rehab, and it was a state facility, and we saw everything. But the year we left, we actually saw two kids shooting at each other in the back of the truck. I had my babies over there, and we were walking in the park, and we had 16 murders. So we were the murder capital of the United States that year per capita, and we had 16 or 17 murders of kids under 19 years of age.
What?
And so that was 19, see, Caleb was 2, so that was 1996 when we came here. So that happened in 95. In Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh, Roswell.
Where I came from.
Wow.
So we came to Arkansas, but gang violence is very scary. It really was. So I think they've done a lot in New Mexico to decrease gang violence at this time. But it's just really scary, and that's kind of what you're seeing in some of these big cities, by the way. That's all this protest stuff. A lot of gang violence. You got a lot of bad stuff going on besides the protesters. So when a protester goes out there to protest, and whatever their protest is, they're really putting their life on the line, because you have all these people coming in that might kill you. You might just be in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's a little scary.
Some people do.
Why is it loud?
Okay.
I really don't know.
Yeah,
That's kind of rude.
What time is it? I don't even have my
10:30.
10:30. Oh, we got plenty of time. Okay. What is the sensory dermatome for the belly button?
Hey, if you got it, if you got it, you go.
Do you know it?
TH.
That's correct.
Can I steal?
Yes, you may steal it.
Tina?
No.
Is it Tina?
It's T10. T10's a belly button. I think y'all get that point.
Okay.
I think y'all
You
should
can't
have
see a belly button on here.
that. What would y'all like?
What was the nipple?
The nipple line is T4, the belly button is T10.
I was really crazy.
We don't really have a choice.
No, you don't.
I
Is the cauda equina injury a lower motor neuron injury or an upper motor neuron injury?
Yeah.
It's where the
What'd you
things
say?
spread out, like at the
Why would you
bottom
say
of the
upper?
spine.
Oh, no, it comes off of it. I was thinking it was
Oh,
attached.
I was thinking it was part of it, not that it's
Yeah.
separate.
Well, it is connected to it, but it's, remember that
It's helped.
they come out, you know, this individual, horsetail. type
Yeah.
thing. So it is
It's
lower
still
motor
lower.
neuron
I couldn't think
injury.
of it.
Cauda equina injury. And what would a cauda equina injury be below? L1. So your cauda equina injuries can be L2 and below. But sometimes they aren't equal on both sides. Sometimes they'll be around the cord more so than a regular spinal cord injury. Okay. What would you like?
I guess we'll
You
take
get
the
the last
last
one,
one.
don't you? I have a whole another set of these, so you're just so lucky. What is a central cord lesion?
I know it happens from trauma.
It happens from trauma. What kind of trauma?
Is that the one where it's usually when someone hits an extension
Yeah,
injury
it's
from
extension
like,
like they're diving into a
Yeah.
pool. It's a real common thing when people hit their head on the bottom of a swimming pool. So that's good. What else do you know about it?
that's about it.
Isn't it where legs can function but arms can't?
Right, so they have bound bladder function and leg function, but their arms are, so that would mean it'd have to be in the cervical area. But their hands will present like whatever they are. They're C5 incomplete, then they'll have C5 hands. Okay, we get to do this again.
Huh? The central, what was it
It's
called?
like the interspinal cord injury or something. I don't know exactly.
If you can hear it.
Okay, Shelby and Rosie. Start all over again.
Cranial nerves.
Of course. What are the two nerves that does the tongue for taste?
Vagus is glossopharyngeal.
No.
The facial.
Okay, and which part does the facial nerve do?
The 1/3, 2/3.
You tell me, which one is it?
The 2/3
The 2/3, which part?
anterior.
Anterior, and what does the posterior 1/3?
The glossopharyngeal.
Okay, good. I guess y'all get another one, what would you like?
We'll do cranial nerves again.
What is the cranial nerve for tearing, crying,
Facial.
facial? Okay, good.
Take quad double.
What is the chord level for shoulder external rotation?
C5, C6.
Which one is it, C5 or C6?
See, we're going C6.
You're wrong.
We're going C5.
You're going C5. What is that muscle? What's your major external rotator?
Subscapularis.
No.
The infraspinatus.
Infraspinatus. Y'all get those straight in your brain. Infraspinatus is your major external rotator. What's another one? What other does external rotation?
Here's mine.
No. What is latissimus dorsi? Isn't it which would be with your teres minor? You're right. But that would certainly not be a major. You know, they're not major. Your major one is the infraspinatus. Okay. There are some others that do it.
For your test, do we just need to know the major one?
Yes. Phil's turn.
Cranial nerves.
Oh, over here, y'all go. You want cranial nerve? I'm sorry, it's over. I left that whole row. What, spinal cord, what cranial nerves do the parasympathetic fibers travel with? Mm-hmm. 3, 7, 9, and 10. Good.
We'll take parallel.
Where does the extensor hallucis longus muscle come in?
Extensor hallucis.
You know, Scott, even those muscles are weak, you can still strengthen them unless it's completely.
How about if we say the muscle?
Yeah.
He probably thinks it is, to see if he can do that.
I can't wait until I know more. That way I can help him more. But right now I don't.
Yeah, he really, I mean, what is his problem? You don't
He
know?
got hit by a car a couple years ago. Like he was in the crosswalk and there was a kid in it. He was about to get hit, so my dad pushed the kid out of the way. And the car, he rolled up on the top of the car. It's like going 45 miles an hour. And they told me he had like cervical problems and lower back.
Did they do an MRI on him?
You know, honestly, I don't know, because it was workers' comp, so they were really, like, just kind of awful to him.
Well, we'll just see how he does.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what'd y'all say?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
That's
L5.
L5, yes, that's correct. Okay. What is the function? What does the extensor hallucis longus do?
What?
What's the extensor hallucis longus do?
Yeah, it does strong dorsiflexion.
It does, and what else?
It also does inversion.
No, it doesn't. But it
Opposite.
does do toe extension.
That's what I was
Extensor
meaning.
hallucis longus. Yeah.
That's what I was meaning.
Okay. So y'all remember your muscle cards as we do this?
We didn't do
Cranial
muscle
nerves.
cars much.
Pardon?
We didn't do muscle cars much.
Oh, because of last year.
Yeah.
Y'all need to pull them out.
Yeah, no, we got
You need to pull them out, because we're fixing to hit peripheral nerves, and you're gonna need to know the nerve and pretty much everything.
Please go easy.
No, y'all gotta pass that licensure exam. So you gotta go back and learn.
Vaughn is the only one that's gonna pass.
Right.
I wanna beat Micaiah.
You wanna be who?
I said I wanna beat Micaiah's score.
Okay, that's a wonderful goal.
Yeah.
What was this one?
I want
I
somebody
think
in
it
the
was
class.
721, I'm
Do
not
it.
sure. I should
that.
probably do it.
It's not unattainable. He's human.
He does.
But he's like super.
Is he? No. Yeah, no, he's a human being. No, I think that it's good to have big aspirational goals. Otherwise, you sell yourself short.
I think that's good. I think all of y'all should beat his score.
Yes,
I
everyone.
think
try to.
everybody's capable of doing that.
Get bonus points.
Yeah, yeah.
Put him in the
Okay, where are we? I have no idea.
I thought class.
Cranial nerves.
Cranial.
That's so cute.
If you have a drooping eyelid, what nerve is affected?
Oculomotor.
Oculomotor, good. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, we don't get that option.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
If you have problems with your voice, which cranial nerve might possibly be affected?
Vegas.
Very good, Bacon.
You want quad again?
Yeah, sure.
Quad.
What is the sensory dermatome over the deltoids?
C5. I think it's C5.
Yeah, it's C5. I guess the C5 works then.
No.
C5?
C5, good, okay.
Okay, I didn't know we did, yeah, I felt like we did like the muscle or like, which one works? Weird.
What is the level of injury that starts paraplegia? T1, good.
Let's do some parallels.
Some what?
Parallels.
Parallel.
So we've been doing.
What is the sensory dermatome over the kneecap?
You know the dermatome.
No, I got one now, I got the upper dermatome.
I think it's L4.
What is it?
I think it's L4.
That's what I was gonna say something like that.
No,
Go for
you're
it.
close.
Well, the call, I guess. You got one?
No, it's actually like L4.
Well, you're correct, L4 is correct.
It is.
Okay, what do you guys want?
Isn't that crazy? How many years do I live?
Oh, no, you could put it for me.
What is the muscle that performs knee flexion?
What is the muscle that performs knee flexion? Well, what are the technical names? Semimembranosus.
Very good, so those are those muscles, and what are their levels? There are two of them.
So, how about, let's do,
That's one of them.
Okay. Maybe a little SP.
No,
No,
We're going the wrong-
we're going the wrong way, aren't we?
L5 is,
It's L5.
L5 is one. Okay. There's no cranial nerve.
What, sensory?
This one? What? What is the sensory dermatome over the thumb?
I said it was like that. What did
This like skin.
C6. Okay?
We'll do quad levels.
Yeah, is it, tell me when it's 11 o'clock.
Okay.
We have 13 minutes.
We have 13 minutes. Okay, you have a C6 spinal cord injury. What comes in at C6 that makes us the level of independence?
Rotator cuff.
Pardon?
Rotator cuff.
Rotator cuff, that's one of them.
And, wrist extension.
Wrist extension, but not this. Extension.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
What else we got? Internal rotation.
Yes, that's correct.
What's
What's that muscle?
Bicep.
What's your strong internal rotator?
Okay, strong internal.
You're doing great.
Oh, it's the, inverse meniscus.
No, that's external rotator.
Oh, yeah, subscapular.
Subscapularis. Okay, so you've got, you told me the subscapularis, you told me the whole rotator cuff, what else comes in at C6?
You talking about the muscles?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm just gonna color it.
Oh, and wrist extension, you gave me wrist extension.
Huh? Strong, okay, I keep hearing this.
Is this like 10 points that we're getting here?
I think so.
Okay. Okay.
This is actually what the test is gonna be like.
Okay.
This is what the test will be?
But I'm not gonna sit here and say, I'm not gonna say, what is the cord level for the tricep? I'm
Right,
not gonna do
right.
that. I'm gonna say, what comes in, is this in at 6'6"? You got two more.
Oh, yeah.
Two more things that are made in
It's the,
C6.
and then doesn't it have strong, elbow flexion?
Yes, so that'd be biceps, and then what's the other part of that?
Brachioradialis?
Brachioradialis. Good, very good, so y'all got that. I don't think you need to set 10 points on it, but you can have 2.
Okay.
What is the reflex levels for knee extension?
What did you say? The levels for knee extension?
I think it's
I think it's
4. Is it 4?
extension.
You said levels,
2 levels,
L3, L4.
L3, L4. So what are you looking at with reflexes? What if you have increased reflexes? What does that tell you? Upper motor neuron. So if you have increased reflexes, they're gonna look, something's going on, maybe even at the spinal cord level. What if you have a decreased reflex? So something's below them, so it's more of a spinal nerve and down. So that's what reflexes tell you. Okay.
What time do we get out of here?
Pardon?
What time is it that we get out of here?
Well, I'm leaving at 11, but we can quit if y'all want to.
I was curious, we couldn't remember.
Actually, it's,
10:50.
10:50, I believe. I don't care, we're good. I can't figure out what we're gonna do on, so y'all decide on when you wanna have that test.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it in the group.
I'll speak to